It's way too important to just let the presentation just sit there and remain the same and expect it to remain relevant in a society and that changes so rapidly. We have to do something to freshen the concert experience.
And that's when JR approached me about the idea of Twisted Sisters and Mad scenes. So we brainstormed and came up with the best combination of scenes for the concert and myself. We chose Lucia and Margherita from Mefistofele and the final scene of Salome and have combined them into one concert performance.
That's really exciting and disturbing and interesting music that certainly, well fits within the theme of our program.
And this establishes a theme that can easily be married with a variety of complementary symphonic pieces.
Let's break down all the barriers. Let's do something that engages people.
Discussions initiated between JR and myself and then Impresario Productions. When we discovered video ideas, it quickly became evident that this had tremendous creative potential, and it only seemed natural to unite these two very unique companies to take this to an entirely new level.
We felt this concept was an innovative approach to opera. Immediately, we fused our ideas together and set out to create the ultimate visual interpretation of these three very unique pieces.
We traveled back into the silent film era for inspiration, borrowing techniques from films like Nosferatu, Murnau's Faust, and elements from an early silhouette animation film, The Adventures of Prince Ahmed. Then, we took these techniques and brought them into the 21st century.
This avant-garde approach could complement the music, the conductor, and Amy's performance without competing against them.
And by manifesting these stark images on multiple screens as opposed to one, we were able to offer something that was truly unique. The opportunity to get inside the mind of these deranged characters.
There's dichotomy in everybody, and especially that idea sort of evolved out of all of them. But in particular out of Salome and Lucia, where you have the good guys and the bad guys, or the good vision and the bad vision. It's making the music integral to the action. And of course, the whole new dimension of this is that we're seeing inside the characters' minds rather than simply the extroversion of what they're doing on a stage.
Film and digital media are still new art forms, but by using these elements, we've enhanced what the composer and the performer are trying to say.
To build and continue to develop the symphony audience, this kind of thing is exactly what the idiom needs.
And if opera is supposed to be the amalgam of the best of all the art forms, then digital media belongs. Performing these three very challenging characters back to back offers a wonderful juxtaposition and a very exhilarating experience as a singing actress. You have Lucia, who is an unwitting victim of external forces, yet there's a very beautiful elegance in her madness that complements the bel canto style. You have Margherita, who is a desperate victim of inexorable forces. And then you have Salome, who is just unapologetic and reveling in her madness.
I think seeing this with all of the accoutrement of a live opera performance, I think this makes it much more exciting and more accessible to people than just to hear the music, which is lovely.
Working with the two screens really allows me to delineate the opposing forces within the characters, not only what caused their madness, but what is going on within their madness. As a performer, what I felt is that even more so than in a traditional operatic performance or symphonic concert, the audience was truly involved not only in my world, but in this virtual world. They were experiencing it with me. I almost felt like they were going to crawl up on stage with me, and it was an incredibly concentrated energy. It's really thrilling.
When I first met Amy, I knew she was very talented. When we did the premiere performance for Twisted Sisters, I experienced how incredible a performer Amy really is, live on stage. The Twisted Sisters characters are so very unique, and I found it completely amazing that one performer could physically and emotionally bring each of them to life and captivate an audience the way Amy did.
I wouldn't have done this if it weren't for who she is and her amazing versatility and talent. I wouldn't have gone to the lengths to try to get this type of thing produced.
If you notice, we take the 21st century to the operas, not the operas into the 21st century.
It's an experience. It's a theatrical experience, but it's also a musical experience. So it doesn't detract from the symphony audience. It enhances.
I think this would be engaging at any level of orchestra.
One stage, one voice, one show, by one incredible performer. Twisted Sisters, starring Amy Johnson. Prepare yourself to experience opera as never before.